Okay, Cartoonist vlog update, day number 4. I'm probably only going to do, or I want to try to only do, updates once a week on these. But since my first day 1 vlog, was a bunch of rambling nothing kinda, I wanted to update one a little bit quicker. And I guess just get into what I'm doing, what I've done in the past, and yeah, just kind of lay the groundwork, as it were, to let you know, let myself know, look back on, whatever, however this vlog is going to be viewed, and see what I've done and what I'm going to be doing. So, yeah, I am Runko Pop. I am a cartoonist. My real name's Ron Tucker. I've decided to go under Runko Pop just kind of as a, not even a pseudonym, like that's a branding as a cartoonist, because I have published some stuff under Ron Tucker. I published some YA novels, and it was a superhero YA. So if you like Spider-Man and like Invincible, or like the TV show The Smallville, that's kind of the feeling I was going for. So yeah, let me get into that story real quick, and then we'll get into why I'm Runko Pop, and yeah, what I'm doing as Runko Pop. So yeah, here is my Amazon page. Feel free to check it out if you want. I'm not going to put a link down, or maybe I will. Who knows? Yeah, but this is my freshman sidekick, high school sidekick series that I wrote. It is 4 young adult novels featuring my character. His name is Robbie, and yeah, he's going to high school, and he has superpowers. He can teleport. So what I did was, this was the story I wanted to do in the beginning. I wanted to do high school sidekick, and this is what I wanted to do. But funny thing happened along the way. I said, well, you know what? This other genre is really hot in YA, and I wanted to write that. So I created another pseudonym, and I did a different series under that different genre of young adult. And you know what? Actually, it blew up. I didn't make millions, but my first year publishing that YA series, I made $40,000. This was at the tail end of this hot genre for young adult, and I self-published it. I did it all myself. I commissioned out some covers. I got my editor, and I did all that stuff. And for one reason or another, I didn't do any huge heavy marketing, but it did blow up. So I stuck with that for a while. And I said, okay, I'm going to ride this out. But year after year, this was in 2018 that it kind of blew up. No, 2017. 2017, that blew up because who knows why. But in the back of my head, this is the series I always wanted to write. I wanted to write High School Sidekick. I had only written the other young adult genre because it was a test. It was like, well, let me see if I can actually do this. Let me see if I can actually write a whole novel myself, put it all together, get my cover, get my editor, do all that stuff, and do it myself. And I wrote those, and they came good. And I actually ended up writing about 10 different novels under that genre and under that pen name. But year after year, the sales continued to go down. And then I finally released this book, this series, starting in 2019. So 2 years later, I finally got this out, and this series bombed. As you can see right here, if I scroll down a little bit, yeah, so the first book still only has 20 reviews. It's averaging at a 4-star review. But yeah, this genre in young adult, superhero genre, is not popular at all. So what I did was, I went back to what I was trying to write before. But the flame was starting to die out on that genre, on that hotness. In prose writing, different genres can get really hot. Like vampires are really hot for a while, and then supernatural stuff's really hot for a while, and then mysteries are really... So it's peaks and valleys, ebbs and flows. And yeah, so my stuff started dying out on that. And then, then I tried to make another pen name, and I did make another pen name, and I wrote some 3 cozy mysteries, and those are out there on Amazon under a different pen name. But the thing is, I love superheroes, and I knew this wasn't going to cut it. And as you can see here, I have done these 3 books right here at the very end, Urban Myth Investigators. That was the first comic I really put my full effort into and created. And yeah, so I did those, and the artwork's not great, but I really like the story, and maybe one day I'll go back to that. Probably not, but it is a story. It's a chupacabra, a gnome, and a Bigfoot investigating urban myths. That being said, comic books, man. Comic books have always been my first love. Like ever since reading Garfield, ever since reading Calvin and Hobbes and Snoopy and Beetle Bailey and oh man, like comic books is where it's at. And so I tried to write prose novels, and I still have some other ideas that I want to write one day, but and I tried to put comic books in the past. I wanted to put comic books to the side and say, you know what? Let me just focus on novels. But I couldn't do it. I couldn't do it. I couldn't once comics for any comic book creators out there, once comic books hit you, once they get into your blood system, it's like that's it. That's it. No matter how many stories, and I do have certain stories that I want to tell as prose. I think they work better as a novel format. But there is something about comic books. But Jack Kirby said it best. Comics will break your heart. And they're difficult. They are so difficult. So I tried to do it, and I can't get it done. I can't do it. So I went to writing prose, writing full novels. Now I'm coming back, and I tried to come back again to comics in between from then 2017 to now. I tried to do it again, and I was like, man, it's too difficult because you have to take the time to write it all, then you have to draw it all, then you have to prepare it all, color it, letter it, all that stuff. Then you have to publish it. In writing, all I have to do is type it all out, send it off to my editor, get a cover made, boom, I can publish it right there, boom, boom, boom. And on Amazon, it's super easy because you can publish an EPUB, which is the digital copy. And you know what? People crap on digital comics a lot. And I know there's a lot of pros and cons to digital comics. It's not so much, I mean, there is piracy in ebooks for novels, but it's very low on the totem pole. Unless you're in those big, some people in the big 5 publishers, they say, oh, digital comics ruin their career. I don't think piracy will ruin anyone's career on a massive level. Like Stephen King still makes millions of dollars, and granted, Stephen King, no one's as high as Stephen King except for the big wigs out there. But anyways, my point is, when it comes to digital ebooks, EPUBs, Mobi files, whatever they are on any platform, digital ebooks for novels, they sell more than paperbacks. The only thing that sell more than ebooks now are audiobooks because everyone's getting into audiobooks. But it's super easy to do a novel comparatively to a comic book, to a graphic novel. That being said, like I said, man, once it's in your system, once you swallow down sequential art and you register what it is and you just see it, you can't get rid of it. It's like it's like that. I tried. I was like, okay, I'm gonna do it. Man, I can't. It takes too long because I'm a kind of an impatient person too, and it takes too long. I want to get it done, but I always come back, and it's like that meme scene from Brokeback Mountain. I wish I knew how to quit you. I wish I knew how to quit comics, but I always come back. So I wish I knew how to quit you.
Why don't you just let me be, huh?
So yeah, I wrote as Ron Tucker, and that's the main reason I wanted to distinguish myself getting into Ronco Pop. I am Ronco Pop. I am Ron Tucker. Ronco Pop is a brand that I'm distinguishing myself as a cartoonist. Those are going to be where my comics are. Those are going to be where my graphic novels are. And if I ever do want to get back into novels, I'll either write it as Ronco Pop or I'll drop back to my full name, Ron Tucker, and just keep brands separate because sometimes there are some crossovers. You know, some people will go from comics to novels and vice versa. And some people are like, no, I don't want comics. I want quote unquote real books. And then it's the people who read comics say, no, I don't want to read all that stuff. I just want comics. I want the art and the story together. So yeah, I'm just kind of keeping brands separate. But yeah, so that's the kind of where that goes, where that comes from. Ronco Pop comes from. And it's actually a nickname I liked and I created because, as you can kind of see in my background there's a big Batman Funko Pop. That Funko Pops get a lot of hate in the comic book community because a bunch of comic books stores sell them now because that's what makes money in addition to manga. But Funko Pops are cool, man. I like Funko Pops. Yeah, so they're cool. Anyways, that's where kind of that name comes from. And that's why I am distinguishing myself between Ron and Ronco Pop. Just kind of branding for the most part. With that being said, let me get into the two main projects I'm working on. The last vlog I said I am working on Adventures of Pinocchio. I'm thumbnailing that. I'm still doing that, but that's kind of in the back burner because I still have to go through the entire story and I have to thumbnail out the pages, take in how the story was originally written and thumbnail those out and figure out what I want to include, because you can't include every single word in the novel, but you can. So I have to figure out how to, what page, what panels go, and how many pages in each chapter and all that stuff. So that's kind of in the back burner. But what I am working on is The Amazing Red Bee, my all ages tale superhero book, super awesome. And I am working on Madcap Wrestling. So let's get into that real quick. Okay, so what we got here is The Amazing Red Bee. These are a bunch of pages that I'm working on. I am working in Procreate. Amazing Red Bee, superhero, middle grade. Name is Scotty Dixon, and yeah, he is the Amazing Red Bee. He fights and protects Hive City, and then all of a sudden, this dude shows up, Ultra Dude. Ultra Dude is kind of taking all the shine, all the spotlight for himself in Hive City when he shows up. This is going to be an homage cover to that Spider-Man Superman cover. And it's going to be very limited edition on that. But yeah, this is what I am working on. This is right now right around 100 pages, I think it's going to be. So you can see some of these thumbnail pages here. Some of them are more done than others. And as you can see in the beginning, I have about 15 or so pages, either fully colored or partially colored. I kind of work in blocks. I work in like 10 page chunks. So right now I'm working between pages 10 and 20 to finish those out. And then I'll get to the rest of it. But yeah, this is what we'll be releasing as one full graphic novel in early 2023. The Amazing Red Bee. Super awesome. And I can't wait to publish that. And then my second project I am working on is called Madcap Wrestling. I am calling it Dragon Ball Z meets WWE. It is going to be zany pro wrestlers, and it's featuring the main guy. Let's hear this. My initial sketches for the characters right here. The main guy, Max Power, off to the left right there. He is just joined Madcap Wrestling Association, and he's gonna have to make his way through some of these heels in the business, some of these people who are baby faces that are pretending to be good guys but gonna be bad guys. And he's not pictured in this picture right here, but he is going to eventually have to get up and fight Captain Amazo, the long-standing Madcap Wrestling Association champion of the world. And so this is an awesome story that I've had in my head for a while, and I'm keeping this art really simple. I don't know if I'm going to be doing that much shading on it either. As you can see right here, it's just going to be super simple because it is something that I want to get out fairly quickly. I don't want to have to take a lot of time on it as far as rendering and everything like that goes. So yeah, this is a very fun story that I've had in my head for a while, and I am going to be getting it done. What I want to do is be updating this one, a few pages every week, almost like a webcomic type series, and I will publish it in individual chapters, basically single issue comics, and then I will publish it in volumes. I have no idea how long this is going to go. I don't know how many volumes, how many chapters. I know initially it is going to have at least 12 chapters, so 12 individual issues, because that's going to be Max Power's first story arc. He's getting into the wrestling business. He's Madcap Wrestling Association, MWA, is this world's WWE. It is the hot shots. It's where everyone goes to be wrestling superstars. Max is the new kid on the block. And here's one little teaser of a page. This guy right here, dressed in the luchador rooster mask. His name is El Pollo Loco, and he doesn't have very nice words to say to Max when he first meets him. So yeah, Madcap Wrestling Association. The comic book itself, it's called Madcap Wrestling. Here's a little preview of the cover I'm still working on, cover image. But yeah, that's the second project I am working on. Okay, trying to cut this short and sweet. I don't want to take too long on these vlogs, but yeah, I did want to just update this second vlog entry. Kind of quicker than normal. Like I said, I want to probably do these vlogs once a week or so, give an update on where I am in my projects, but I wanted to do this quicker because my first vlog entry was just a bunch of random rambling thoughts, thinking out loud as it was, which is why I said it was a vlog about nothing and the spoof the Seinfeld thumbnail there. So yeah, I am Ronco Pop. I am working on the Amazing Red Bee Madcap Wrestling. Anyways, hit that like and subscribe if you enjoyed this. Leave a comment down below with I don't know, whatever you want to talk about. All right, talk to you later.